Strange silence, we carry it on the truth. It's there when our tears fall.
Sorry, guys, we back. We had a little bit of technical issues, but we're back. So we left off with Nikki saying what she was saying about.
So I was saying though that I've recently allowed this girl back on my page, and because here's the thing: if I say I love you, I love you. Yeah. I might stop fucking with you because the toxicity or what have you. But if I love you, I love you, and I love you for life. You know what I'm saying? I might not love the things that you do, but it it hurt that I'm at the hospital with our son and you are at home doing some weird shit with somebody that was a sister to me. And I'll tell you, like, it, nobody can understand, like, why. The way I love is different. Um, I believe in friendship. I believe in loyalty. Now, I've learned that loyalty can be a noose around your neck. You see, but if I love you to the end. And I wanted to show her what real friendship was like. And sometimes, people be like, "You crazy? Why do you let people use you? Or why do you let people this? Or why you?" Because I know that God is going to protect me regardless. So I don't have to do them dirty back. Now, don't get it twisted now, because the other part, that's Keisha talking. Yeah. Because Nikki came in, and what I tell you, Nikki wants to ask. Yeah. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not mad about when she texted me and told me it's okay, I'm gonna put them up for adoption anyway. I almost wrecked my heart because to me that was like my son dying again. Whoever works here. You knew to do it to me like that. You knew oh, I'm pregnant and it's a boy. I want you to take it. You knew what that was. You know what I'm saying? So you two was there. You was there when my son died. You understand? Now she was one of the only people that came to the hospital. It was like, come on, let's go smoke. Okay, I came back when I went back upstairs. But the fact that she at least came to get me out for a few hours and go back. Um, it just it broke my heart. But the way I forgive is different too. Yeah. Yeah. Forgiveness is forgiving. Now when I finally I cut it because she was doing stuff so crazy that I felt like I was gonna have to buy a black dress for her. Yeah. Because of the crazy stuff like she was getting me into and all of that. So like I said, my son came to save my life. That was his sacrifice. So to your point, I felt like when the realization came, because that wasn't right away, but I felt like now I know how God feels. Because his son sacrificed his life for people that wasn't even thinking about him. My son sacrificed his life to pull me away from that way of life. Because being with her and being in them circumstances and being the one quiet in the background, because she was this and starting shit. Yeah. And I'm with her cleaning it up. Yeah. And cuss her ass out later. Yeah. Checking her in private. You feel what I'm saying? That's the type of friend that I am. But I realized that I was and then who would have raised my daughter? Exactly. I would have never got to see my grandson. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So exactly. I don't understand that type of forgiveness.
So how do you guys feel like the pressure of grieving? Do you guys grieve quietly? How do you have others be comfortable in your loss and your grieving? Because me, like again, I don't know how to show up for you guys because I've never experienced that. I know sometimes, like I'll give you an example. My friend, I have a one of my best friends. She has lost a child, right? I mean, it's been years, 27 years, I think, or 28 years now. Um, that she experienced that, but she's also just experienced loss of her parents. So it's just like I don't know how to show up for her. You know what I mean? I gave her time to like I didn't call her right away, like, are you okay? I gave her space and I told her when I'm ready, when you're ready to talk, I'm here for you. Right? And we did talk the other day. It's been a couple of days, but we did talk the other day and we had this conversation. And we did have a conversation, the fact that like people just I don't want to talk. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't want to talk. Like, give me that. Great, you're sending me texts. If I don't answer, don't be mad because I don't answer.
Right. It's not personal.
Like, it's not personal. It's this is the way I grieve. This is how I go through things. So how do you guys like help people? And I don't think you should help anybody understand your grief. But how do you do that? Do you do it quietly? Do you have others like come in and share with you guys? Like, how does that work? Like, you know what I mean?
I think that I kind of, I think I was trying to do the most at first, and then I had to realize, like, like they say, hard times show you who your true friends are. So
Yes.
my true friends were telling me because I reached out like, I'm sorry, I just can't make it out. I'm trying my best, and y'all was like, girl, please, like, no one's rushing you out. Do your thing. Sorry, I missed your birthday. Sorry, and my real true friends were like, do your thing. When it's time, you'll be good. You know. Um, so I felt like I didn't have to explain my emotions anymore because I now had a true circle. Um, because I feel a lot was misconstrued. I feel like a lot of our grief was not more so judged, but it was more so like I felt like I was on a time limit. Like once 6 months passed, I felt like I was like, all right, maybe this am I dragging it? You know, should I be over it by now? And I would call Misha or voicemail Misha like, girl, am I tripping? She like, no, like it's not gonna go away. Like you're tripping. It's only been 6 months. Like you and what people a lot of people forget is that during that loss, especially if it was miscarriage or stillborn, you still have to deliver a child. You still have to go through that postpartum. So you're going through postpartum, you're grieving, and you're trying to find yourself again. Then you battle like, should I hurry up and have a baby again? Is this going to be replacing it? Okay, I don't want to have another baby because I don't want to replace the situation. You know, so um, it became tough. Like, okay, do I say his name and everybody be awkward about it? And then it came to a point where now everybody like, listen, we talking about Junior like Junior here. He was here. He affected everybody and everybody was turned about him. So we talk, you know, my true circle, my true friends are gonna talk about him and hype him up and you know because they know how important it was to me. But my main issue was I don't like the time. Like a lot of times in the beginning, people felt like they knew what was best for us, and there was a lot of people, and it was from a good place. We never had people that was trying to do something out of a bad place. It was always like, "I love y'all. Y'all need to do this. This one needs to be done. We gonna come over. We gonna come over and do this." But I'm just thankful for the cleanse of my circle, so that I can have.
You know who
What I can say, what both y'all said, um, it wasn't so much about like other people for me. Like I just always expect people to come and go. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes you need those situations where, like my granddad always say, if you can't take the heat, get the fuck out the kitchen.
Period.
You get what I'm saying? So sometimes when things get chaotic around you, you know you gonna see like what people's true intentions are. But moreover, other than focusing on other people, I really focus on myself. Like I felt like a lot of the friend I was looking for, I wasn't even being to myself, and a lot of like the help and like a lot of like the positivity and just the love and like the care and like the just empathy, I wasn't giving myself. So it was just like, of course, everybody telling me everything gonna be okay and all that. And of course, it ain't gonna be nothing because I've still gotta sleep on the pillow at night. You know what I'm saying?
You still have to go through your emotions and
Yeah.
look at it differently, right? Because again, it's your loss. So not nobody else's loss. So like I wouldn't know like I know for me, because I was just I was still new to media, still fresh, right? So I was just sending you a text here and there, and be like,
Yeah.
yeah, I hope you're okay. I'm
Mhm.
praying for you.
Yeah.
I'm here for you, because I didn't know what to say. I don't know how to.
Yeah.
How do I? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And that's real, and that's what a lot of people gotta understand. It's like you ain't going. It ain't no right words. Just be there. You came. You brought flies. We ate. It was cool.
yeah.
But I did want to ask me. Oh, okay. Go ahead.
Now I was gonna say that it don't even have to be about a child. Anybody going through something, the best thing you could do sometimes is nothing.
Yeah.
Sometimes you leave that person the hell alone and don't say nothing stupid.
And it's
And
the
you'll be
smallest
fine.
things, because I spent,
Yeah.
you know, again, I had somebody else who just lost, she just lost her husband, and I just sent her a text like, I'm thinking for you, and I'm thinking of you today, and I'm praying on you, and that's it. Like, I didn't have to say nothing else, because to me, it's just like, I don't know what to say. I just want you to know that I'm still here. I'm praying for you and just lifting you up in my spirits. That's it.
That's it.
People don't be intentional about it, but the most aggravating question is, "Are you okay?"
No.
I don't say that because I know you're not okay.
Like honesty, man. And I did want to ask Nisha. So how many years was it between your loss and you having you getting pregnant?
Like 3, almost 4.
So how did your grief affect like your pregnancy with her?
I think more so it was just the anxiousness, like the fear of losing the baby again. So I think that's what it was really like the most thing, because I kept, praying to God. I'm like, listen, if it's not gonna work out, please just let it be like now. To be honest, like let me just lose the baby at like 5 weeks, like or something like
Right.
that.
Don't
Like
let me go there.
don't let me go through what I went through before,
Yeah.
because having to basically go through labor like you're having a child is actually very traumatizing.
They don't
Very
understand.
traumatizing. And like that's something that you'll never like picture in your life like having to do. So I think that was just like the anxiousness really. Like, and really too just like not taking pregnancy for like granted. Because you don't think that it's not gonna happen to you when it could happen to you.
And how far were you? I'm
I
sorry.
was like 6 months.
Yeah, so like I said, I don't know what you guys have been through, but I know my best friend experience, it's been a long time, but she was 9 months. And like she was 9 months full term. She went into the hospital as though she was gonna give birth. And she had to experience that. So I don't like
I have a question. So, did you feel any guilt?
I'm about to say that was my next question. How do you find ways to experience joy again without guilt?
It's a sink over.
To be honest, I feel like I didn't feel anything some shit. I wasn't like I didn't do anything like to put myself in like that position
Right.
where the baby to not be born or whatever. Like, because I didn't marry for smoke or nothing like that, so I didn't really feel the guilt. Um, I guess I don't know. Like,
How did you start experiencing joy again
joy.
without that guilt? Right?
Right. Now look at that.
Just kind of just really just living my life like normal again, like not. I guess just really telling my story to people. To be honest, like talking about it. That's when I really started experiencing joy, and I'm like, okay, well, if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. I'm not gonna rush it. And then, really, after that happened, that's when I met them. Like, so they were kind of like my outlet too, like my joy. To be honest, but they were like, cause I met Maya first, and I was like, dang, I mean, like, a group of girls that I can relate with. We focusing on the same thing, and then like I had met Maya, like, and then she had me talk to you or whatever, and then that's when I really started like actually living and like not thinking about like the loss. Like, not saying I was thinking about it like day to day, because at that point, it had already been like almost a year or a year. So, but it was just like, dang, like I'm back to almost like normal. And I was like, well, if it happens, it happens. God's gonna bless me, and then even with just like, so I had got stuff like for the baby, probably week more of me being pregnant. Like it was, and I had a gender reveal as well. So it was like I had like boxes of diapers, boxes of like clothes hanging up. Like it was a girl. So like I brought like the joy of my life is like if somebody was pregnant, like somebody close, if they were having a girl, I was just
Like somewhere.
giving them my stuff, and I'm like,
Well,
you know,
me.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
what you give, you shall receive. So
Yeah,
I was
right.
like, I'm not gonna be a person that's gonna be mad because you have no, or
Oh, yeah,
I'm gonna just
right.
be happy and I'm gonna pray for the baby, and then when it's my time, it's my time. And I remember like probably 4 months before I found out I was pregnant, I had gave like the last bit of like wipes and clothes and stuff to this lady at my job. And then she was just like, she was happy and she was like, I can't wait for your turn. And then like,
Oh,
4 months later,
pregnant again. And
I'm pregnant.
Literally, and it's just crazy how things align because Nisha was one of the happiest people for me. Like I told her, and then when she, I think it was like the week before, she had told me she was pregnant, and then I lost my child the following week, and I was so scared to tell her because I was like, oh my god, I don't want her to like freak out or panic, but I also knew how much she loved me. So I'm like, she's not only gonna be concerned about the baby, but she's gonna be concerned about me. So as soon as I hit her, Misha like, what you need, where you at, and pregnant and all now. She came over to my mom and my house, made sure everything was straight, and then it's like now her baby is the biggest blessing and the thing we most obsessed with. So it's
yes.
so yeah, it's just like she just was perfect. Like everything was perfect time and everything just so aligned. So that's how you just gotta know like God don't make no mistakes and everything is gonna happen for a reason. I just pray that I get to that point because unlike Nisha, I was blaming myself a lot. Like, what did I do wrong? Where did I go wrong? It's my fault. I did this. When people were coming to the hospital, I was apologizing to them. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I couldn't do it. I was apologizing to him. Like, I'm so sorry I couldn't be your son. Like, I felt a lot of guilt behind it. And it took the autopsy and the follow-up appointments for them to tell me, like, no, there's nothing you could have done. This is what's going on. This is what it was. And I still was battling, like, because as a woman, like you're just taught, like this is your body, is the home of this baby, and you are to nurture the baby and keep them safe. So I just felt like I failed. So I was sad and I was extremely hurt, but I was more angry than anything at the world and myself. Like just angry. I'm still angry, like very, very, very angry. You know what I'm saying? I'm probably more angrier now. I'm probably got all the sadness out of the way. So it's a process, but it's been a year. So that's what's like whoever rocking with me, come on. It's gonna be a journey, but like we're gonna be good at the end.
recent stages and your stages and where everybody has different stages and go through it at different times. And there's no set time.
Exactly.
No.
There's no set time. It comes and
Yeah, 'cause when
goes.
she said 10 years, I was like, oh, so it's never gonna go away. Got it. Just
You know, it's crazy. Same thing, Trish. Like it hit me. Like when she said 10, it just made me realize, like, oh shit.
like we're rushing this. We talk about it all the time. Like, damn, it's only been a year. It's been a year. We should be doing this.
I can't even like picture 10 years. I can't even imagine. I can't even like. I didn't even think that was a possibility.
Even now, some things trigger me because maybe I see a child that was born at the same time as mine, and I see where they are and what they're doing. And like, my pastor's son just passed away, and I went to his funeral on Monday, and so like it was a reunion of all the people from the church, right? And I saw those same twins, and I looked at them, and I didn't cry, but it still made me pause, like,
Dang.
Yeah, and that will be your child.
my son would be their age. My son, what I wonder what he would be doing. But then at the same time, y'all, I will say that, and I hope people understand where I'm coming from when I say this. There's periods of my life that I went through after he passed that I said I'm glad he wasn't here
Yeah.
because I went through a very abusive relationship. And I know my son would have insinuated himself and either killed who I was dealing with or got himself killed. And I'd be in prison or under somebody's ground. You understand what I'm saying? So in those situations, I'm glad he wasn't here. But yeah, I still get triggered sometimes. It's more in a nostalgic way.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, but every now and then I see some stuff that takes me back and it'll tear me up. Sometimes I get in the mood because y'all know I've been very vocal about, suffering from depression and anxiety. And sometimes that's what my depression is about because he's not here.
Yeah.
And that's 26 years, but I still think about my mom.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Girl, you just gone. And you
But I tell you, the real and energy is energy, right? And y'all know I talk about this all the time. We had moved from where we were. So my son had never lived in the house where we lived when he passed away, right? Every time, on God, you can ask my children, every time we started to talk about him, the fan would start turning and the light would start flickering every time. So for us, it just became like this. It was this joke. Hey Darius. Hey Darius. Oh, okay, you came to talk. You just letting us know that you hear us talking about you. And like literally, people be like, man, y'all full of shit. And we start talking about him and they see it and was like, oh, what the fuck? Like it's really real. Energy is never created or destroyed. It just transforms. That's science.
Yeah.
You understand
for
what I'm
sure.
saying? Outside of spirituality, on everything I love, when I came home Monday from the funeral, and in my office is where I keep all my obituaries, right? Because I had a little altar there. I took it down because I want to redo some stuff. But as soon as I brought him in my office and set him in the chair, one smoke alarm started going off. The other one started going off, and they was triggering back and forth. Mind you, they don't have batteries in them; they're hardwired. So they was triggering each other back and forth. And I was like, "Okay, Dad, all right." And then I went downstairs, hit the breaker, let it sit for a minute, turn the breaker back on, and
Shit's still
it
good.
was still going. And I told Gerald later, and he was like, babe, well, maybe it wasn't him. Think about it. Who's up there? My pastor's up there. His grandmother's up there. His uncle's up there. So maybe it was just them welcoming him into the space. You understand what I'm saying? I believe in energy. I believe in transfers. And I've seen too many times that, some paranormal shit is going on in the house energetically, right? I really believe that there is another side to all of this, and that's also your thoughts. Whether I believe in heaven or hell, whether I believe in an afterlife, whether I believe in this energy, we all come from somewhere, and we all going back to that same somewhere. So that's what keeps me going. That all of this ain't for nothing.
Yeah.
It's not for nothing.
To speak the guilt though, like, sometimes your guilt isn't like what really bothers you or triggers you. Sometimes it be other people's guilt. You get what I'm saying? Like sometimes, like she said, like she never like hated. She never like wish bad on somebody or like wish that she was in a position. But people legitimately think like that, and people legitimately expect you to think like that. So when you don't think like that, it offsets them and makes them react in a way where
Yes.
they're acting towards you like you thinking like that, and it's like, nah, that's not what I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was gonna ask that, but you answered. I was gonna ask, like, what do you mean, like, the guilt? But you answered that.
They expect you to be jealous or envious, or they expect you to be evil.
For them moving forward,
Yeah.
for them experiencing now, pregnancy and experiencing other stuff. So they expect you to be like,
Or even people don't have a child, just even in regular conversation. Like some people expect you to be like angry or sad or like say something to them because it's a way of making excuses for themselves.
Yeah.
You having a real conversation with somebody and you say how you feel about something that you might not have liked, they'll rather attribute it to what you going through than them being the problem.
Yes, for sure. Wow. I did want to ask Nikki though. So I know that I had I asked her like how she dealt with her anxiety while being pregnant with Cadence. And I know that I had Legend, but he never, like, all he knew was that mommy was pregnant and that he had a little brother coming. And I, of course, fed him some shit like, oh, well, some babies turn into angels and some babies can come to earth, and your baby brother became an angel. And then
You should have
this
known
guy,
you should have known he was.
yeah, he like, okay, cool. This guy later on down the line, like, yeah, man, so this football player, his wife lost the baby, and he still played the football game. I know that's what happened to my little brother. And he pulled up the video, showed me the interview, and I was like, I clock it, like, yeah. So he like, yeah. So that's why I've been doing so good, and that's why all my games been for him. I've been playing for him, and I'm like,
Oh,
Yeah, that gives
you know what? And so, and so I remember, like even at the gender reveal, I wore 13 because it was baseball theme, just because that was Jason's number. Now that's Legend football number. You know what I'm saying? So it all kind of aligns. But with you, Nikki, I was gonna say having kids already, how did that affect your day to day as far as like with them, because they had a little brother, so they had to grieve too. They were able to hold them, see them, play with them, build a relationship with them.
Yep.
So how did you deal with being the mother of them grieving and like the mother of the person that passed?
So if I'm being honest, originally I wasn't there for them. I didn't have the capacity.
Mm-hmm.
I would be mothering, and then I just break and lose it. I had to close myself off, and I isolated myself. Um,
How old were you?
so my baby girl was 5. My middle was 7, and my oldest was 8.
You had all of it.
Yeah,
All young kids.
yeah. So
Yes.
I tell you what, they had come to the hospital too, and so the nurses knew them too. And when he passed, one of the nurses paid for them and took them all to Disney, kept them for the weekend. I still have those pictures to this day. Like the nurses love my children, like they were theirs. So the nurses at Arnold Palmer really helped out a lot. Now,
That's in the business.
yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because they cared, genuinely cared. You know what I'm saying? Kept in touch and all of that. Now, when I got home and like y'all say, that's when, like after the funeral, everybody's there for you at the funeral. So they get their flower and go home. And then that's when you really see who's there for you. I was by myself. And so now obviously his father was there with me, but he was grieving too. He was a little angry because so when my son died, we actually were having a very heated conversation over his bed. And I was saying, let my son go. I'm tired of seeing him like this. This is not life. You're being selfish, holding him here for you. This is not life for my baby. And I want to let him be. And he was like, that don't make sense. I'm not going to kill my own son. If I pull the plug, that's me killing him. And I'm like, no, it's not. It's setting him free. And so we got to an argument. He left pissed off. Now, mind you, my son couldn't open his eyes at this time because he was so swollen, okay, from the fluids backing up and whatever. So I said, and I took my hand, and after his father walked out, a single tear just came out the side of his eye. And I told him, I said, baby, if you want to go play with the angels, it's okay. Mommy and daddy gonna be okay. You can go. Ooh. 20 minutes later, the nurses came in, said it's time, and they unhooked him from everything, sat him in my lap in the rocking chair, and I walked him out of here. That's something I'll never forget. How do you mother after that? How do you parent after that? Do you know we sat in that hospital room for hours? For hours with him laying in bed like he was just asleep. Me, my children, until they came and were like, the funeral home has to come. We didn't even know what to do.
You don't even know what's going on.
You know what I'm saying? So after that, we took down the stuff in the room, and I gave away a lot of his clothes and stuff, but what he had on in the hospital, I kept that. The blanket, I kept that. Um, a pillow that they gave us in the hospital is on my bed right now. I have a little box, like, so there's this one little outfit that he wore one time. I washed it and I waited. I gave it to one of my daughters. He had it was these little bunny slippers that had this little thing on it. So he would kick and it would make a little noise. And so he would kick his feet. I gave that to one of my daughters when my grandson was there. One of the blankets I gave to them, but some stuff I still have. But parenting after that is super difficult because I couldn't be there all the time. My grief consumed me to a point that I probably was a horrible parent until such time that day when I was on that phone crying on the floor again saying take me, and they actually saw it.
Yeah.
Because I would hold it, just because the way I cry anyway makes people around me cry. So I always felt responsible and I always held it to myself until I could be by myself. But I couldn't. So it was that time was a turning point that I was a parent again. And but they were going to there was a place in Maitland across from the Jewish school right there on the corner of Maitland and Maitland. It was a grieving house for children. And so I was able to take them in therapy because what I couldn't do, they had to do for me. Um, their aunt would come and see about them on their father's side. Uh, my pastor and his wife, they would come look out. But it really shows you who's in your corner.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, I like how you said like the when the hospital it's so routine for them when they like, hey, the funeral home gotta come with us. They came in there so many times like you have to pick a funeral home for us to cremate and send the ashes to his. And I'm like, bro, like
Leave me
It's
alone.
literally like within like hours.
Yeah.
Or like the next day, it's like people coming in.
Yes,
asking
and it's
about
like,
funeral.
For
It
us,
just felt like it was business as usual.
Yeah.
Let's
right, you want to
That's
cremate?
horrible.
You want the ashes?
Yeah.
Pick up.
I'm tripping. Did they give us the paper before you even went into surgery?
Yeah, before I even had surgery. And he kind of like, not like, don't give it to her, like, just give it to me. Like, I'll handle it because I'm already, one, like, we already trying to keep my blood pressure down to make sure that I'm losing it too.
Right.
So at this point, he's on edge. Like, nobody talk about her unless you got PhD at the end. You know what I'm saying?
Some motherfucking positivity and
Yeah.
prayer. That's all.
They leave you. They come back. They say, I know. And they were trying to be as gentle but professional as possible.
Right.
I know, I understand, but we need the paperwork. We give you, like, what you need assistance. We got one trying to be able to pay for the cremation. It's like, ain't no, what are you telling me, like, how much cremation costs?
Like I don't give a fuck.
I don't want to, like,
Like,
yeah,
You're right. I can't even let go.
so it's like a lot of people don't even realize like the trauma behind, like you still have to deliver it this time. But once the hospital happened, even at the funeral homes, even losing a loved one, whatever, they ready to go home and they ready to end their shift.
Yes.
So they like, yeah,
Tighten
I'm
up.
sorry for your loss.
But
You pick the funeral home.
yes.
And it's like, bruh, no.
I thank God for my church at that time because I couldn't handle none of that.
Mhm.
And I'm gonna tell you something too. People prey on grief. People prey on grief to this day, and I'm gonna say it. Woodlawn Cemetery. I will never fuck with them ever again because at that time, so the lady came afterwards and said, "Okay, so pick a headstone, blah 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 blah." Right? All right. They put him in the baby area. There was a baby area out there, so they put him there, and so I said what headstone down on the payment plan or whatever. She's like, we're gonna put a marker there, to mark the spot until the headstone come in. I pay my down payment, sign all the paperwork and whatever. Do you know this lady came back? Because I'm calling her to find out when they're gonna put the marker. And then they were like, oh well, we don't do that anymore. I was like, what the fuck do you mean you don't do that anymore? Where's my and maybe that was a very minor thing to some people.
No, it's not minor.
But just this temporary marker that you told me you was gonna put there for my son, so you didn't put my son in the damn ground.
And now
And
I
you
don't know
told
where
me
he
he was
at.
gonna put a marker there, and I don't even know who he is. You don't even have his name here. He didn't mean nothing to you. And when I tell you I snapped and I stopped paying, and I haven't been back since, I don't know where he is. I mean, I know where he is, you know what I'm saying? But I was so angry. When I tell you I cussed her
Oh
out,
God.
how could you do this to somebody when they're in pain like this? That is evil. And to this day, I've never been back to Woodlawn Cemetery for that reason.
Yes.
Because your salesperson did a bait and switch on me, and it fucked my head up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That.
You done threw my son in the ground, and you don't even give a fuck about putting his name to say he right here.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted.
That's tough. And a lot of people don't feel it. That's the thing. It ain't happened to me, so I don't know and I don't understand.
And kept my money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even say that neither though. You gotta think about it like business is business, and you gotta look at the business they in, how they make their living. They make they profit off that.
We do.
So you know what I'm saying? Not necessarily.
Like the person too.
But see, you can profit of it. And forgive me, like, 'cause now I'm angry because it's like you don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, where's your
Compassion.
compassion, empathy for the people that have gone? Business is business. Don't get me wrong, and I know you do that, but you can do it in a way where you still have that empathy and that sympathy, and say, I may not understand what you're going through, but it's the smallest thing.
Right.
Let me help you do this.
Right.
Let me figure out with you, and let me
Sure.
show you my experience of dealing with other people through this.
She stopped
That's
answering my calls.
I would say like because I had sent my baby ashes to um Mitchell's funeral home, and that was, to be honest, I didn't have a bad experience. The lady who ran that place, I forgot her name. I'm sorry.
Mitchell's was that's who buried him.
She-
So Mitchell's is on point. For me.
She literally was like, because my boyfriend handled everything. We went in there. I didn't say anything. I couldn't say anything.
Right.
He literally talked to the lady, filled out paperwork, did everything for me. And she looked at him and she was like, you know what? I'm going to just go ahead and do this for you because it's been girls who come in here by themselves having to deal with something. You or like, you're the man. And they don't expect the man to really.
Yeah.
But she was like, you came in here and you basically about your business.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I'm going to just take care of it. And
Yeah.
I didn't have to worry about anything.
Mitchell's is some empathetic folks. My pastor thought that.
Speaking of
Pastor
buried-
Dawkins.
speaking of burying the ashes and stuff, my son crazy, man. It's my fault partially. But how about my son come? My son get cremated and Orange County shut down.
Yeah.
Orange County get hacked.
Yeah.
So
Just stay in Florida.
so the Department of Vitals and Statistics wasn't operating for months. So my son died on the 6th, he was born on the 10th, and we didn't get him to the 19th of September.
Oh my God.
So yeah, that was just a hell of a journey because it was just like me personally, like I felt like she had went through so much. So I just felt like I mean I could read, I could write, I could write the numbers down. Like I felt like that was the least I could do. And it's like honestly, shit, I had a good experience too. Shout out to Orange County, they really worked with me though. They had a lot of empathy and like they was moving their deadlines around for me and stuff like that. And they was like legitimately like walking through it with me. Like I'm not slow, but some things like, bro, I'm not expecting to figure this out. Like
Experienced and stuff like that.
yeah,
Yes. Nobody.
And to be honest, I feel like it's situations like that, you're really not even in your right mind.
yeah.
But like she said, like a lot of that stuff is like a blur.
Yeah.
It's literally a blur. So, right. I get it.
Yeah. If it wasn't for my pastor, Pastor Mitchell L. Dawkins, rest in peace. Like I say again, that man was more of my father than my father was. But he went with me. And like you said, I couldn't talk. I didn't even know what to do. He handled everything. And like you said, the lady who ran Mitchell's, they buried him for free. My church paid for the burial fee at Woodlawn. but for the same reason. You know what I'm saying? And that's humanity. That's a human
Definitely.
humanity. And yes, they profit off death, but at the same time, they understand the situation. You know what I'm saying? And so,
Let me
It's
clarify.
really how you come talking to something because I'm sure they know, like, you're going through something, but I feel like if you're gonna be disrespectful,
oh yeah,
about
right,
like,
right.
so it's kind of like if they see, and then like at that time I was like 26, so if they see like a little young couple going through this traumatic experience, I'm sure.
I was 24 with a 41-year-old.
Yeah, they already. You gotta remember, that's probably already judging you when you walk through the
That
door.
hard.
Door, yeah.
But I was gonna say,
Right.
speaking to the point that I said about them profiting and stuff like that, I want to make it clear that I'm not saying it was okay, cause that did make me angry.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like that's why I say you. I respect you so much, cause like I've been done him up. You feel me?
You don't think I ain't think about it. You're lying. I sure did.
The only thing that really made me angry, like in my process, was like when I was in the hospital, they asked like, "Do you want an autopsy?" And at that time, like, we're like drugged up, so you're saying yeah, and you sign all this paperwork, but you don't really know exactly what
But
you're saying.
yeah.
So like, I never really, I guess, signed that paperwork, so they never did it. So then it's kind of like I don't really know. Like they have an idea what happened, but no test was run for them to be like, okay, this is what happened.
Oh
So
man.
I don't really,
No closure.
no. Yeah, I didn't have it.
Oh wow.
I will say I know this ain't gonna be nothing, but like I don't do nothing. Cause like even if you reading the paperwork, like just from my experience, opening that big ass manila envelope and pulling it out and reading it, it's just like you damn near telling me what you already done told me 1,000 times. So me reading it, it's like that still don't make it real.
Yeah.
When I put this paper down and I look around,
That's real because he ain't.
that's real.
That's when you see the difference.
Yeah.
Like, your child, it's supposed to be a first.
Yes.
Like, that's when you be like,
Dang, it's the same.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
It's
the
basically
same.
the same except to say that.
Because I have one for the baby that's due, and I have one for her, and it do kind of look the same.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you get it from the same exact
Like
place.
statistics.
Yeah. Two things. One, I ain't never seen the death certificate. They my baby got footprints on the paper. I never seen it.
You gotta go to like Orange County.
Nah, it's at his grandma's house.
Oh, is it?
Oh.
My point being, I never seen it because like
Gotcha.
I'm still not at that point.
Yeah.
I'm still not at that point.
Yeah. I actually took that. I used to have it. I kind of had a shrine on my wall with my mom, and a poem that I had written to my son, his death certificate, and a lock of his hair because it was braided, and his hair was like little braids like this long, and I kept a lock, a braid, and attached it. So I still have that
Okay,
braid.
mama.
Yeah, I don't know. I was something on child. I'm like,
Yeah, I do have a box because I had her at Advent Health. So like they give you like a box and it had like a berry and then like things that they made. And then it was like this cloth that still like had no like blood on it.
Same.
And then like her little footprints, like they put it on a little like stones like her hands. I still have that.
I still have the gown.
And then I put her ashes in like a bracelet and a necklace. And, like, I did have to hang it up in a closet, like, because her clothes were still in there. So I had it like on top, like on the hanger, and the necklace was on it. So it kind of looked like she was like, but no, I just kept it.
Quick question. Did you keep anything for her? Like, do you have anything that you kept that you've used for her?
I've kept some like onesies that I had, the socks and the bows that I said that it was at the door the day that we kept that for her. Just like books that we bought, but a lot of like the clothes, like I felt like the stuff that didn't really mean much, like
Right.
stuff that you could buy again, like
Yeah.
stuff like I just or like wipes and pampers, stuff that I gave that all.
Yeah, same.
I kind of feel bad because like I ain't let her buy nothing, and like I be thinking myself sometimes like when I'm on myself like damn did I know
Ooh,
like damn did I feel it.
ooh.
But I think let me say this because that's an old myth. Because I like my kids are grown, but when I was pregnant with my first child, like nobody bought me anything until I was like 9 months, because I was just like, and, my baby shower wasn't until way late, right? I was like, no, I don't want a baby shower until I'm like 8, 9 months, because in our thing is that you buy stuff prematurely. Like that's that. Well, that's a Spanish thing. They say that, you know what, you believe in, like if you buy stuff prematurely, you just wishing the worst on it, so you don't buy it.
Oh wow.
I think,
That's so.
I think part of that they know too.
Yeah, yeah. So I understand that.
This one,
Yeah, you would.
I didn't buy anything like until like the last minute. And to be honest, everything from everybody else.
Yeah.
I
And it's
just
crazy
not
because you was like,
anything
my
on
baby
Facebook.
shower's so late. Why is it so
Yeah.
late? But then it clicked and understood.
I wasn't gonna even have a baby shower.
Mhm.
It was like,
Yeah,
no,
yeah,
have a
make
baby
her have
shower.
a baby
I
shower.
was not gonna have a baby shower. I didn't have a gender reveal.
Did you wait to tell people you were pregnant till you
Um,
passed a certain point?
Some people
Mhm.
like did them like
We
that was
did.
like 6 weeks or something like that. But like some people who I feel like they don't
Ain't your
need to know.
business. Yeah, yeah,
They found out with everybody else.
yeah.
Like some people weren't even invited to the baby shower. And they're like, "Oh, why are you invited?" Well, I don't talk to you. So
Right.
But yeah, it was very. Yeah, that situation for me was like very sensitive. Like,
Yes.
it's just the energy thing for me is very much energy. Like,
Yes.
I wasn't surrounding myself with some people either.
Yeah.
We barely
Like,
saw her while she was
I'm
pregnant.
not going out. I'm not being around people because the energy does transfer.
It does.
And even like just like even with me posting like pictures and stuff. I'm
Yeah.
not posting pictures of my pregnancy. I'm not telling you my baby name like that.
Yeah.
Because people prey on
Yes,
stuff
they do.
that way,
People do weird
especially when they
stuff.
wishing bad.
Yes.
Man, for
So I
real.
don't really tell people stuff like that until like after she was born.
Yeah.
Or like when I was about to have her.
Yeah, for sure.
I feel the same way for her. I feel like, I mean, I never said this, but like, so it's gonna be new to her too. But like, I felt like, I don't want to make you sound like that. You know, I don't like saying it like that. But like being like a public figure, you feel me? I feel like a lot of people like look at her and don't think she like a real person.
That's true.
Because even before I knew her, like as her, you know what I'm saying? I was just look at her and she would just be like somebody to us. Like, I wonder what she about.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? Like she just had that inviting energy where you want to know more. So it's like a lot of people don't take that as like, hey, let me be your friend. Let me see what you're talking about. You know, a lot of people take that like, I don't like you because other people like you.
That part.
I don't like you because other people love you.
Yeah.
Ain't that
I don't
something?
like you because other people don't respect me how they respect you.
Right. I don't like you because I don't get the attention that you get, even though you're not trying to get no
Not
attention.
even.
Huh.
Yeah, it's like jealousy. Like people don't like. Life is so bad. Like you should always uplift somebody else. It doesn't matter like what you have and what you don't have. Like I never wish anything bad on somebody else because I struggle too and I've been there. But what I got doesn't necessarily mean it's for you, right? But I'm gonna wish what is for you and hope that you get the best. What you're supposed to receive out of life, right? Because that's what we should do in general with in life. So,
I seen
all
this
right.
quote on Instagram, right? And it was like, it wasn't like a quote. This guy was like preaching, and he was like, God would never, like, basically deliver your mail to someone else's house.
Yeah.
Never put your mail in someone else's mailbox.
Yeah.
And I always just remember that.
Yeah.
Fuck
Wait.
that tea.
Babies, jobs,
Yeah.
Everything.
What's for you?
What's for you?
What's for you?
And can't nobody take that. That's why I was just saying this the other day. This chick at work wants to be me. And I'm like, why are you competing where you can't compare?
Yeah.
And I don't say that in an arrogant way. I say that in the span of I'm 10 to 15 years older than you. I've lived multiple lifestyles. I have done more things than you. Don't compare. Learn from me.
Yeah.
I've been
Yes.
nothing but gracious. Y'all
Yeah.
know how I am. And this girl hates my guts.
Yeah.
Simply because I get an attention that I'm not even looking for
Mhm.
that she wants. And you know what? If I could say anything to people, I'll say this. Go fucking heal. Put your feet in some dirt,
Yes.
some sand, some holy water.
Salt
With some
water.
therapy, something.
Take a salt bath. Get some therapy. Talk to Jesus, Allah, whoever you want to talk to. But you don't have to compare yourself to nobody because what
Nobody.
is for you is for you.
And
Your lane is your lane, and God ain't gonna give your lane to nobody else.
Yeah.
You understand?
Period. Point.
That's right.
Grow where you're planted. That's it.
Mhm.
Your story is your story.
Yep.
Your story is your story. Yours is yours. Yours is yours. Hers is hers. Mine is mine. It ain't for nobody else. Now, do I play a part? Yes, we all here for a reason, and we know that. But my story ain't your story. They're meant to supplement and support each other and complement each other, not compete. And social media has
And it's
people
meant to learn from
fucked
each
up.
other.
Literally.
Like I gotta learn from her, and I'm grateful because you know what? Yes, you are older than me, but your experience is your it makes you wise and it helps me navigate through something different,
Indeed.
right? And it helps me see life differently
Indeed.
because what I thought what it was, it definitely is not that.
Different
So
perspectives.
different, yeah. So how do I grow from that? How do I better myself from saying, "Wow, her experience, I need to grow from that," right? I need to grow from my experience, but I need to learn from that in order to grow, right? In order to take that experience. So yeah,
And that's something my children don't even take sometimes. You know, as you get older, you'll see that you see something, you see your children going away and you know what the outcome is going to be, and you tell them don't do that because I've been there and I've done that. Now I got three. One of them, if I say it's the hole right now, one of them going to avoid and go the other way. One going to go jump in the hole to see how deep it is. The other one going to go to the edge of the hole, look in just to make sure, and she might stick her toe in just to test it out, but then she might go on. It depends on the day. You understand what I'm saying? But being adults, I can share with y'all in a way that my children might not even receive from me. They might receive it from you or somebody else, but I can sow into y'all, and then you can sow into somebody else, right?
Sure.
Maybe one of y'all will sow into my children, or somebody that is paying it forward. And I think if we get out of one of the ways to climb up out of the hole when you're spiraling is instead of internalizing it and isolating and just keeping it to yourself, talking to somebody about it, and you realize you have more in common than you even realize.
Yes, very much so.
And they have another perspective because when you're making a pie or you're making a soup, all these ingredients, it's just water. But all these ingredients that you add in is what give it the flavor. And that's
Yes.
life.
Yeah.
That's all of our experiences cooked up together and making strength and silence pie.
That part.
Mhm.
So with this last question, let me ask you this last question so we can close this out, right? Through your grief, how do you find strength to carry your child's memory forward?
To be honest, that's me still. I'm still working on that one. I do know that me and him both is crazy too, so I already know that it's gonna come too. But I had told him about a foundation I wanted to do, and he was like, "No, like, go look at my journal right now." And he wrote it down, like the name of it down, and it was specifically like what I said. I think I was off one word. I think I missed one word or something like that.
That's connection.
So when it's time, yeah. So that's how I know, like when it's time to, we will. But right now, I think that we are just trying to, yeah, and we also trying to align. That'd be a whole different episode as far as how grief and hard times and losing a child can affect our relationship.
Yes.
And I'm just so thankful that like it's been a year and we still like your mama, daddy here. Appreciate you. Like it took so much, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of it, what has been like for him, we know that he would want us to get through a lot of things. And it was really like just me being angry or him not really having the like mental capacity to deal with certain things because he had used it all when I had zero, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that right now finding our strength for him is just like making sure we continue to love on each other, love on his big brother, and just solidify that family unit. That way, when it's time for him to send another sibling, we'll be in a place to do it.
And I give y'all the most respect and strength because a lot of families and a lot of people losing a child tears them apart. So yeah, for being so young and you guys still sticking together and know
Yes.
y'all each other's strength. I give you utmost respect for that, especially you as well, not just especially, just you as well. Still being with your partner and having welcoming another baby.
Yes. Yes. It tore us apart.
Yeah.
He was angry. I was angry, and it didn't last. I wanted to get away from the memory.
And he was attached to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So my
how did you
hats off
find
to
your
y'all.
strength through the grief to keep his memory?
My daughters.
Mm.
My mama had some strong genes because I had some ugly baby daddies, okay, and all my children look like me. Okay, fuck that. So, but through my daughters, really, I realized that we all we got. Mama, baby, daddy, baby. You understand? I'm your mama regardless of what. And so I lived through them. And even now, I tell them all day, every day, I got one that don't talk to me. It's okay. I sacrificed and had you. I kept you. I took care of you when your father didn't. You understand what I'm saying? So every day I tell them, yeah, still, even the one that don't fuck with me, they the best three things I ever did. And I could die right now and I'm straight. Because you know why? They had the best three things outside of that. I had 3 daughters and I have 3 grandsons. So I got what I wanted threefold. Delayed is not denied. Look at Job. If you read the book, look at Job. He lost everything.
Man,
And
that's
God
how I
gave
knew
it
I was
right
losing my
back.
mind. I locked
Right
my bro
back.
for like 2 weeks straight. I'm on YouTube just watching about what he went through. And just
Yeah.
how it happened.
Yes. But God gave him back. Restoration came back. And so I got my restoration in my second generation. So I can live through, I can deal with that grief because I have 3 grandsons to set an example for, to be in their lives, to provide as much as I can guidance and my experience, and kicking somebody in the head for messing with my grandsons, you know what I'm saying? But just being able to be there for them and my daughters in a way that my mama died 3 weeks before I turned 21. My daughters are in their 30s now. So I'm continuing something that even wasn't there for me. So all of the bullshit stopped with me. Even the abuse and all that, it stopped with me. There were so many branches of abuse and trauma, it stopped with me. And so that's my legacy.
For sure.
I stopped it at this level. My legacy and the way I can work through that grief is because I'm that ancestor that they gonna call on when they want boots to air. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm coming.
Yeah. Or when they need infinite love. I'm coming. So I can live knowing that I have a purpose to be here. And that's how I've dealt with it. I'm here for a reason. And all the things that I've gone through to this point have shaped me to be right here, right now, with each one of you. And that's what matters. What did I say? This is purpose alignment. Strength and silence is not a hobby. This is an alignment of purpose. This is an alignment of path. This is doing the job, doing the work. And you can't do this unless you're ready to do the work or you have done the work. It's ongoing. Healing is an ongoing process. And we're going to continue to heal. Whether we cussing each other out, whether we loving on each other, whether we going through something together. That's what it's all about. It's no mistake that we all get together. Right? So I love y'all. And I just want to say to y'all that are listening, I hope that something we said today has helped someone, because we didn't all go through this just for nothing. Somebody out there needed to hear this. Somebody out here needed to know that, yes, it will likely last forever, but it gets easier and there's a purpose in the pain. See, humans, we tend not to learn unless it's something that piques your ass and gets your attention.
You mean cash? Experience. That's when they crack me over the head, real.
Indeed. Indeed. They talk about gentle parenting. You say things gently. How many times you say things gently to the child and they don't listen? But when you get your mom, now,
Yeah.
Every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. Faith.
Every
Dogs, baby.
so we do this Even if one person on the live, one person watching the YouTube, one person on the TikTok, one person see a clip that none of us even know, they know that they can make it through. And that's the whole point of
Because
doing this.
you was that one person when it happened to you.
Yeah.
I definitely was that person looking at everybody YouTubes who went through it, because you don't even know how much people have went through the same thing.
That's right.
Everybody's story is pretty much the exact same.
I ain't gonna lie, you right though.
Great people that you knew all your life
Yeah,
never
we
knew
never
that even
even
went
know.
through something
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
You thought you was alone,
You
but
thought
you're
you
not
was
alone.
alone until they start saying that.
Y'all gotta
Yeah.
think about it. Being a man
It's
was
worse. Like some people have went through it multiple times.
Yes.
Yes.
So
And held it. You say being a man?
Being a man, we don't be talking about stuff like that. So it's like every time somebody find out that happened to me, that everybody got a story. Everybody want to talk to me and connect to me. So it just be weird. Like,
Yeah.
You gotta be that strong person to say it, because like I was even gonna say, when I finally was able to talk about it online, it was so many people that reached out to me that I know, that I talk to every
Every
day,
day.
that I see, that we've seen, together, and they like, oh yeah, back in 2019, I went through that with this. Girl, what?
I would
Like,
never even
I
know.
never-
why would I say how? So it's people that really is just like, yeah, like, I just don't feel comfortable saying, like, I am like your strength for even talking about it. So it's just getting it out there. And I did before we end wanted to make sure before I had my cover spell, when he was talking about, I guess, like, the finality behind, like, at the grave, at the cemeteries and the cremation, I wanted to bring up how we were so excited to go pick him up. Once they called, like, all right, you can pick up his ashes. But then once we picked him up and he was in a box, and then when we got in the car, it just,
a bag in a box.
yeah,
Yep.
and we just driving, and it was just so eerie and weird, and it just felt like the end. Like,
The
I'm like,
end,
this
end.
is the last thing we had to do for him. So now this is the beginning of forever without him. So it was such an awkward feeling. Like, we was like, oh, okay, finally we're gonna go get the baby. Like, it had been so much because Orange County has shut down. And then it was just like, oh,
Wow.
That's
Yeah.
it.
now what? You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
And it's not even like a cute little white box.
No.
It's like a little cardboard white box.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They write
put
your
your name
last
on
name on it. Yeah.
Baby name, infant name, date. That's it.
Yeah.
It's just like a little plastic bag.
Yeah.
It's just
Like,
babies don't
Speaking,
have like
and speaking of,
How do you get? Wait.
hold on, before you do that, before you ask your question,
That's like crazy. To
like,
me.
you remember we were saying about the man and the woman, right? Like, the baby don't get, as a man, like, the baby don't get your last name unless the baby's actually born.
Yeah. Because in the hospital is mine. They use my last name. It's my baby.
So,
Like, yeah, you there.
so imagine I go pick up this box. I've been waiting on this whole time, and like you said, for you being that ancestor, right? Like, for me and my family, I'm the one to take us further. So selfishly, I was looking at him like, you gonna take it past me? Because I was tired of that. I was so tired of just being the one
Yeah.
for everything
Yeah.
and feeling different and seeing different. So I
Passing
just
it on to your son.
selfishly, I just wanted that to go somewhere else.
Yeah.
So now I heard so bad. Yeah, what you saying?
No, I was just to say, like, you guys don't even get an urn or nothing. Like,
You gotta buy
man-
it
You
yourself.
gotta buy that.
But I thought because the funeral home is taking it and cremating him, is he not? So wouldn't
They
you
put
pick
him in
all
a
that
little
down?
man back.
I literally got a from Amazon, which they couldn't open. Okay, but you take it to the funeral home, and then they open it for you and put the ashes in there. But
I can't. Like, this is too much for me.
They gave
Like,
us the
that's
bag in the
crazy.
cardboard box in the yellow bag. I mean, they were amazing people. I'm sad I can't remember the funeral because they were a pop-up,
Yeah,
nice,
pop-up.
beautiful
Yeah.
black country.
It might have been one.
Like, I'm not trying to be funny.
They were
but
amazing
It's
though.
not Xander?
It possibly.
Might have been.
Absolutely.
I think so.
They were amazing people though. Family
Family
oriented. Yeah, family owned, family oriented.
I'm not trying to be funny, but they treated my dog way better than that.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I'm sorry, like, it's no offense, but that
Nah,
That's how it
that's
is.
the
I know
that's
I did
the
without
truth.
that one though, Linda.
They were.
I'm sorry,
No,
but
that's
it's
the
just
truth.
horrible.
That's the perspective.
because, like, you know,
They love
be
animals.
involved and stuff. You
You
probably
gotta think
can buy like an urn there, but they're not gonna pay for it.
Like I was saying.
No,
about-
I'm not saying pay for it, but like pick it out and like say this is what I'm gonna do. it's gonna go in here. We're gonna give it to you that way, like at least.
Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. That's the ethical and sensible way of thinking about it. And that's what I was trying to speak to back to my point earlier. Like, when it's business, like, ethics is done with.
I can't.
It's literally like it's like a room probably full of boxes.
Yeah.
Because the lady at the funeral, she was showing us boxes of people who never even picked up somebody's ashes.
Yeah.
And
I
literally,
can't.
she's like, this is like how many years nobody ever even picked up is here. Whenever they want, but
Yeah.
maybe some people never even picked up.
I'm done.
Wow.
Like I
Yeah,
can't.
it was just really.
Did you answer how you found your strength? Oh, you said with her.
Oh yeah, we
My child, my baby.
She like,
Look at she like
Yes, see.
and them dimples, you can't, them dimples right there.
Right?
I just want to say for anybody that's listening that has gone through this, we prayed. I don't know if y'all saw that in the beginning, but maybe. We prayed when we started this, and I just want to pray us out. Father God, we just thank you for allowing us to come here today to speak our piece, to heal a little bit more, to hear each other's stories and to gather different perspectives. And Father, if somebody is listening to this today, if somebody is watching this today and they were in pain and they're dealing with their own trauma and grief, Lord, we just ask that you restore them today. And Father, let them know that a delay is not a denial at all, that you know and you have their best interests at heart. And Father, we just ask that you send healing, you send peace of mind, and you send wholeness into their lives today. And we thank you for each and every person that has watched this live today, that we have touched the life somewhere, because that is the reason, Father, that we're walking in our path and our purpose as you would have us to, and living to our highest good. We thank you and we pray in God's name, in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you
Thank
guys
y'all.
Thank
for
you.
tuning in to another episode. We look forward to the next one. Thank
Yeah.
you again.
Peace.
All right.